Tonight on UCentral News. With days to go until Election Day, Vice President Harris is calling for change.
It's currently 88 degrees outside with a UV index of 5. When will those temperatures get better? I'll have your full weather forecast later in the show.
Former president started working at McDonald's. Maureen will have your full social media update. UCO football is staying undefeated. Luke Underwood will have your sports update.
Live from Central Oklahoma, this is UCentral News.
Good evening, I'm Ian Nickel.
And I'm Lauren Jackson. Welcome to this edition of UCentral News.
Vice President Kamala Harris has only been at the top of the Democratic ticket for a few months now. And with the election just a couple of weeks away, some Americans are still hoping to learn more about her. Tonight, she's participating in a town hall hosted by CNN in the key battleground state of Pennsylvania. Our political correspondent, Julia Benbrook, has more on Harris's strategy heading into tonight.
According to dozens of aides and outside allies, part of the strategy in the final sprint toward Election Day is for Vice President Kamala Harris to present herself as an agent of change.
America is ready for a new and optimistic generation of leadership.
Some of the early opportunities to define how her presidency would be different than President Joe Biden's opened her to criticism.
Would you have done something differently than President Biden during the past 4 years?
There is not a thing that comes to mind in terms of, and I've been a part of most of the decisions that have had impact.
But she has sharpened her message in recent days, highlighting their difference in age and political backgrounds.
My presidency will not be a continuation of Joe Biden's presidency.
During what has become a rare campaign stop for the incumbent, Biden said Harris's loyalty to him up to now doesn't mean she won't forge her own way.
Every president has to cut their own path. That's what I did. I was loyal to Barack Obama, but I cut my own path as president. That's what Kamala's going to do.
Numbers show a wide majority of Americans say the country is on the wrong track right now. But Harris also needs to reassemble Biden's 2020 coalition, which included strong support from black voters and gains among suburban moderates. Needing those voters' support could answer why she hasn't put even more daylight between herself and the current president. Reporting in Pennsylvania, I'm Julia Benbrook.
CNN's Town Hall with Vice President Kamala Harris airs at 9 p.m. Eastern Time.
2 weeks out from the presidential election in November, UCentral's Jeremy Ramirez asked UCO students what key issues they are concerned about.
With only 12 days left until the presidential election, we headed to the Nye University Center to find out what's important to students this election cycle.
The important thing to me and why I'm voting is I'm a theater education major, so I've got plans to be a teacher, and so education is very important to me, and it is something that I believe that we need and should be more focused on in the country, and something that should be better funded in the country.
Many UCO students are speaking out, sharing what's driving them to the polls.
I really want to just hear what either candidate's plans are for like college students, because college is very expensive. So in ways of like how can they make it affordable, and even like for more students to be able to like go to school because it's so expensive.
Broncos will have a big decision to make and will be able to start casting their ballots as early as next Wednesday.
Edmond is on the go. GO stands for General Obligation, which is a bond program that will fund the highest priority safety improvements around the Edmond area. This will be the first GO bond program for the city of Edmond since 1980, and it'll be an historic one if approved by voters November 5th. The ballot will include 22 projects in 3 categories: streets, parks, and fire safety. But Edmond residents can expect a tax increase by $40 a month. Improving streets is the #1 concern from Edmond residents, and Edmond on the Go addresses that concern with 65% of the program dedicated to street improvements. And I'll tell you what, I mean, the streets are not as bad in Edmond as they are in Piedmont. I'm just going to throw that out there. But you know what? Streets get hotter because of weather, and apparently we had a record high today.
Yeah, it was super hot today. Gwyneth will have our first look at weather.
In looking at reflectivity, you can see there's kind of some activity in our state. There's kind of some cloud cover across the metro, and that could turn severe. We have a 15% chance for some storms across the state today. And as you can see, this front right here is moving southeast, or it's trying to. We have some winds battling it at the south, and this is going to turn this front against us. It's going to go all the way south these next couple of days, and our winds are going to change. They're going to get much more gustier, and we're going to be able to feel that. It's also going to get hotter with that as well. Looking at our current conditions, we're already at a record high, 89 degrees, partly cloudy. That's those clouds I was telling you about that could turn severe. Partly cloudy, 89 degrees, record high since 2003. It's just crazy. Looking at our winds, they're not helping us out much either. We're having northeast winds come down at only 3 miles per hour, so that's really nothing. You can't really feel it at all. Our humidity, though, has gone up quite a bit because of those south winds pushing up that humidity in waves. We can feel it, 55%, and our rain is currently at 15% chance. As we look ahead, we have a low chance of thunderstorms tomorrow night across the northeast Oklahoma, so you're going to want to keep an eye out for that. It's similar to today. We have fire weather conditions. Friday into Saturday, a cold front, and then next week we're starting to see some rain. That's when it starts to become like fall. You're going to want to look out for that because it could be on Halloween. I'll have your full weather updates later in the show. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Gwyneth. Do you love your town enough to get it tattooed on your body? Two Oklahoma business owners hope Tulsa pride is that strong. A pharmacy owner wanted to raise money to help the Be Heard movement. It provides homeless people with things like showers, haircuts, and laundry services. He teamed up with a local tattoo shop owner to design a tattoo of the Tulsa's flag. People who want one can get it for $100 or $50 that will go to the Be Heard movement. They'll then have a permanent reminder of their city and their generosity.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reports an E. coli outbreak linked to McDonald's Quarter Pounders. Nearly 50 people have gotten sick across 10 states. Lauren Scafidi has more out of Colorado, where one person died.
Could I get a quarter pounder with cheese?
Sorry, we don't have the quarter pounders at the moment.
Denied at the drive-thru. McDonald's Quarter Pounder is making people sick.
Yeah, so this is a multi-state outbreak.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is investigating dozens of cases of E. coli across 10 states linked to the Quarter Pounder. Dr. Rachel Hurley with the State Health Department says more than half of those cases are in Colorado.
26 cases total. Among those 26, one death has occurred. We know that they're on the western slope. We know that they're in the mountain region. We know that they're along the Front Range, so really throughout the state.
Doctors who diagnose E. coli have to report it to the state. Dr. Hurley says during the second week of October, they noticed a higher number of cases than normal.
So we reach out to members of the public that have these positive test results and ask them a series of food survey type questions to try and understand foods that they ate leading up to the onset of their illness.
Now they're trying to narrow down what it is about the sandwich that's making people sick.
Onions are certainly being looked at because they're a unique ingredient, the type of onions that are used in quarter pounders, as well as beef is continuing to be investigated as well.
Other beef products at McDonald's, including the cheeseburger, hamburger, Big Mac, McDouble, and the double cheeseburger, are not impacted.
The McDonald's president says you can still get your fix, and maybe even a McFlurry.
Is the ice cream machine working?
Yeah.
You guys are selling ice cream?
Yeah.
Okay, at least there's that.
More Americans appear to be interested in traveling abroad. 24.5 million passport books and cards were issued during the 2024 fiscal year, according to the U.S. State Department. Officials there say that there's about 500,000 more compared to last year. It also marks the third consecutive fiscal year where passport applications have hit a record high. The State Department last month announced passport processing times have been faster, and online passport renewal system is also now active. The State Department says it plans to open 6 new passport facilities over the next few years. They'll be located in Florida, Kansas, North Carolina, Ohio, Texas, and Utah.
And I'll tell you what, I have not upgraded my passport since about 2009.
Honestly, I don't have one, so.
It's it's crazy. I want to travel more, so.
Yeah, me too.
I might have to go get that passport.
Me as well.
When we come back, Gwyneth will have another look at our weather. Apparently, there's gonna be a cold front coming in, so hoping for that. Stay tuned.
Rugged, rough, built for the road ahead.
Sometimes I feel like a shell of a man.
Commercials are fake. What you're feeling isn't. Call or text 988, Oklahoma's mental health lifeline.
The University of Central Oklahoma grows and thrives. We move forward, daily living the Bronco way, being reflective of our neighborhood, community, history, and Oklahoma. This is what has made us who we are. Oklahoma's Metropolitan University, the third largest university in Oklahoma. This is where movement is. This is the University of Central Oklahoma.
Welcome back, Broncos. And looking outside, record high once again, 89 degrees and partly cloudy. And those winds coming in from the north are not helping us at all. You can't even feel them. The south wind, though, that is coming up from the south parts of our state is bringing that humidity up a lot more. And we currently have a 15% chance of rain. If those clouds happen to turn into scattered storms, then you might want to look out for that. As we look across the state, upper 80s into 90s, 86 degrees in OKC. It is hot out there and it does not feel good at all, especially because it's October. As we go into tonight, 66 degrees, it's going to lower quite a bit and it'll be mostly clear, but those winds are going to start to switch. This is when that front kind of rotates. We're going to go to east winds and then southeast winds after midnight, and then those winds are really going to ramp up tomorrow. Our humidity is going to go up with that because of those south winds bringing up all that humid air. You're going to be able to feel it 77% on that humidity, and a 5% chance of rain tonight. We're really not going to see anything though, but you just want to keep an eye out on that. Looking across the state, 62 degrees in OKC. Up in Miami, we do have a chance of rain, 20%. That's a little bit more than all of the rest of the state is going to be experiencing. So you just want to keep an eye out on that if you're in Miami. Tomorrow, starting off at 7 a.m., humid, very humid. It looks like it's going to start out nice at 65 degrees, but it's not because the humidity is going to be so high, 80% humidity. It's going to be muggy out there, and that wind is just going to make it even worse. At noon, those winds are going to ramp up. Our gusts are going to be from 20 to 30 mile per hour gusts. You're going to feel that, and that's coming with the humidity. It's not going to feel very nice. It's only going to get worse as we go throughout tomorrow, but we do have a 10% chance at 7 p.m., and you're just going to want to keep an eye out on that because it's similar to how it is today. We're going to have scattered clouds coming with scattered storms. As we look across the state tomorrow, upper 80s into 90s, 89 degrees in OKC, breaking another record. It's not feeling very nice. It's not feeling like fall. When are we going to get that? We might get that into next week where we're going to get chances of rain mid to late week, maybe even on Halloween. The fire weather conditions are going to come with these fronts, though. Tomorrow we have fire weather conditions. Monday and Tuesday next week we have fire weather conditions. It's that really high wind with those humid airs And with the heat, the UV, it's just a big mixture of stuff that causes our fire weather to go up. And as we look at our 7-day forecast, Thursday, tomorrow, super windy, super gusty, like I mentioned. That night, we have a chance of rain, 10%. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that's when our cold front starts to move through, and then those temperatures start to rise again, and then we get another cold front in the middle of next week. We're supposed to see quite a bit of rain next week. We have quite a bit of chances. Lauren, Ian?
Yeah, for sure, Gwyneth. I'm really hoping that weather gets much cooler, and it already looks like it is. I hope you're not jinxing anything because that would be tragic.
I love the rain. How do you feel, Gwyneth?
Yeah, I love it. I'm excited to see it, and we'll keep an eye on it for sure.
Thank you so much, Gwyneth.
What celebrity couple shattered the internet with their breakup?
And which rap star is supporting Kamala Harris? Maureen Dirk will have the answers and more after the break.
Happy birthday! Make a wish.
Miss you guys.
Blue skies smiling at me, talking about blue skies. Do I see bluebirds singing a song, talking about blue skies from now on?
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Are you really sure this is all going to fit?
Oh, it'll fit. I got that.
All right. When hauling anything, ensure it's secure. Losing your load is dangerous for all drivers. We want everyone to make it home safe. Help make Oklahoma safe by securing your load.
Hello Broncos, my name is Maureen and I'm here with your social media update. Last night, all the Disney lovers tuned into Dancing with the Stars as they hosted their Disney-themed night. Like always, the celebrities did not disappoint. Some of the dances included Bachelorette Jin Tran performing a dance inspired by The Little Mermaid, Dwight and Danny dancing their take on Wreck-It Ralph, and Chandler Kinney coming out on top as she and her partner danced to We Own the Night from the popular Zombie 2 movie. Dancing with the Stars also brought back group performances, and the teams were split into two groups, Team Roar and Team Goof. Although both teams did amazing, Team Goof won the battle and ultimately Fadara and Vale were eliminated from the competition. Next week, Dancing with the Stars will host their Halloween Nightmares theme. Former President Donald Trump takes on a new job aside from being a politician. With the election just around the corner, he challenges Vice President Harris's claim about being a fast food worker. Trump became a McDonald's employee for the day as he visited Pennsylvania. Like he stated that he liked the job and would not mind doing it again. Tons of support was gained for the former president for showing humility to step into the role of a fast food worker. However, others criticized him for not following proper health regulations like wearing a hairnet or not wearing non-slip shoes. With the presidential election creeping around the corner, was the gesture a publicity stunt or purely just to enrich his knowledge about the American workers? Besides Trump working at McDonald's, the internet was taken by storm when rapper Eminem appeared at Kamala Harris's rally to welcome former President Barack Obama. The exchange between the two was heartfelt as the former president took the stage and began to quote "Lose Yourself" by Eminem. With many voters still up in the air, with this election is sure to be one for the books. Turning away from politics, country singer Zach Bryan and his girlfriend Brianna Chicken Fry broke up. Zach Bryan posted to his Instagram story yesterday breaking the news. He expressed to fans that he is sorry if he let anyone down and wishes Brianna the best. Brianna responded by posting to her story and a short clip on YouTube. She says that she was blindsided by the announcement and wishes to take a break from social media as she heals from the breakup. David Portnoy also gets in on the breakup, dedicating Taylor Swift's "The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived" to Brianna on his Twitter account. Rumors have circulated about the possibility that the country singer may have cheated on Brianna, as he was discovered on Raya right after the breakup. Fans of Brianna also note that Zach Bryan did cheat on his former wife, Rose, and sent her divorce papers while she was deployed overseas. It is unclear the reason Brianna and Zach broke up, as Brianna asked for space from the public to heal before she reveals the details that led to the two splitting up. Overall, the breakup seems to be messy, and the singer's morals are being brought into question. With Halloween just a week away and festivities for the holiday already starting up, it's time for you to choose your Halloween costume. Hopefully you already have an idea in mind, but if not, here are some popular costumes you could be seeing this year in 2024. First up, a popular group costume is Disney princesses or even superheroes. Other popular costumes include pop stars like Sabrina Carpenter, Olivia Rodrigo, Wednesday Addams, Beetlejuice, and the Joker, as well as couple costumes like Barbie and Ken and a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader with a football player. If you are still undecided, I hope this list may have sparked some inspiration, but whatever you decide to be this Halloween, make sure that you're not only enjoying the day, but are being safe as well. Ian and Lauren, what are you guys planning to be for Halloween this year?
I'm planning on being Lana Del Rey when she worked at Waffle House, so I'll be wearing a Waffle House uniform.
My girlfriend is deciding for me, so I'm leaving that all up to her. Thank you, Maureen. The UCO football team is undefeated, but where are they ranked?
And the NFL is shaking up its rosters. Luke Underwood will have more after the break.
I was raised to believe in the power of possibility, to always move forward but never forget where I came from, to value hard work, ingenuity, and hospitality. On one hand, my people are rough and rugged. On the other, refined and elegant. They taught me how to love beautiful things and cherish my past, to seek out adventure, eat well, and to have a good time. So I keep their traditions alive every place I go. They call me Oklahoma City, but you can call me the modern frontier.
UCentral News as a whole, you got to be in those different areas, like being on camera, being off camera, being in the control room. And so I feel like that is what prepared me most about being in the workplace.
UCentral and the mass comm department has provided me all the tools and the fundamentals that are needed in order to thrive well and thrive fast at my job.
Maybe it's time to hit the road and visit a place where stories unfold. This is the land of the ultimate road trip, with sights old and new on Route 66. There's fun to be had, so much to do, and a few new surprises before you get through. Oklahoma has the most miles to share of Route 66. It's really quite rare. TravelOK.com will show you the way. Come see for yourself this iconic highway.
Hello, I'm Luke Underwood, and let me take you through today's sports stories. The UCO football team is still dominating the competitions and the rankings. The Bronco has climbed in several rankings after their most recent win against Northeastern State, being the Riverhawks 64-57. The AFCA Top 25 poll has the Broncos ranked at number 9. The D2Football.com poll ranks us at number 6, and the NCAA D2 Power Rankings places us at number 4. Our opponent this week, the Pittsburgh State Gorillas, ranked above the Broncos in every single poll, so we will have our work cut out for us. So make sure to come to Chad Richardson Stadium this Saturday and make sure to be loud and roll Chos. Over to the NFL with the Kansas City Chiefs. Late Tuesday night, the Kansas City Chiefs traded for the 5-time Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins. The Chiefs will be sending a conditional 5th-round pick that could become a 4th to the Titans for the 3-time first-team All-Pro. The Titans have also agreed to pay half of Hopkins' salary as well. The Chiefs tried to trade for wide receiver Cooper Kupp, but talks fell through. This is the 3rd massive wide receiver trade in the past week, with Devontae Adams and Amari Cooper being traded to the Jets and the Bills, respectively. Even more NFL trade news, with the Tennessee Titans trading linebacker Ernest Jones to the Seattle Seahawks in exchange for veteran linebacker Jerome Baker and a 4th-round draft pick. The Titans acquired Jones from the Los Angeles Rams in late August before the start of the season for a 2026 pick swap. This is the second big trade the Titans have made in the past 24 hours, as the Titans general manager is burning up the phones before the trade deadline on November 5th. As the trade deadline is approaching, we expect more trades and swaps before then. The NBA season officially kicked off last night with 2 huge games. The New York Knicks went to TD Garden to battle the defending NBA champions, the Boston Celtics. The Celtics successfully took down the Knicks in a 132-109-point victory, with star forward Jason Tatum leading the charge with 37 points. Also, the Los Angeles Lakers battled the Minnesota Timberwolves, with the result ending in a close 110-103-point victory for the Lakers. History was also made last night with the father-son duo of LeBron and Bronny James becoming the first father-son duo to play together on the same team at the same time, with the same pair sharing 2.5 minutes of game time. The Lakers will be in action again Friday, the 25th, taking on the Phoenix Suns at 9 p.m. I will definitely be trying to watch that game. Ian, Lauren, are you guys going to be watching any Lakers game this season?
I mean, if they're on national TV, yeah, but I'm going to mainly focus with the Thunder because, you know, they're right here in the city and they have better title odds than the Lakers do.
Agreed. I love the Thunder, so I will be watching only the Thunder. Coming up, what is today's national holiday and how can you celebrate?
And Gwyneth Duncan will have her last look at weather after the break.
Rugged, rough, built for the road ahead.
Sometimes I feel like a shell of a man.
Commercials are fake. What you're feeling isn't. Call or text 988, Oklahoma's mental health lifeline.
How much difference can one vote make? Since 2023, more than 60 U.S. elections have been tied or won by just one vote. So this fall, your friend could be the tiebreaker. And that could make all the difference. People are more likely to vote when encouraged by a friend. So use your power to decide this election. Make sure you're good to vote and encourage your friends to make a voting plan at votevotevote.com.
Tomorrow we're going to be sitting at 65 degrees at 7 a.m. Super humid, 80% humidity, pretty much sunny all day, and those gusts are going to be very high tomorrow. We're talking 20 to 30 mile per hour gusts, and you're going to be able to feel that. 10% chance of rain at night. You're just going to want to keep an eye on that because that could change as we get closer to 7 p.m. And that's all of the weather I have for today's forecast. So back to you guys at the desk.
And we thank you so much for that, Gwyneth. I'm hoping that weather cools down, and I'm hoping that she those temperatures will be as accurate as she says.
Me
they
too.
are.
I love the cold weather. There's a crisp in the air and color in the trees. That means one thing, it's time for a good scare. Wednesday marks National Horror Movie Day. Whether Michael Myers makes your skin crawl or Annabelle torments your soul, there's a film for every anxiety. Horror films have been around about as long as movies themselves. They date back to 1886 with the 3-minute French film, The Haunted Castle. Since then, filmmakers have given us skew of suspense, supernatural, psychological, and gross-out horror flicks. Now is the time to find them in the theaters and your favorite streaming platforms.
And that'll do it for us this evening. Have a great rest of your night.